Lost your remote? No problem. You can still control your Hampton Bay ceiling fan using several manual methods. The most direct method is using the pull chains. One chain controls the fan speed, and the other operates the light. Pull the fan chain once to turn the fan on and cycle through speed settings: off, low, medium, high, then back to off. The light chain turns the light on and off, and may cycle through brightness settings if your fan supports dimming. If your fan is connected to wall switches, you can use them as an alternative control method. One switch typically controls the fan's on-off and speed, while the other manages the light's on-off and brightness. As a last resort, you can bypass the remote receiver by disconnecting it and directly connecting the fan and light wires. Important safety reminder: always turn off the power at the circuit breaker first. If you're not comfortable with electrical work, consult a qualified electrician. When your Hampton Bay ceiling fan remote stops working, there are several troubleshooting steps you can take before considering replacement. First, check the batteries. Replace them with fresh ones and make sure they're installed correctly with proper positive and negative orientation. Also check for any corrosion in the battery compartment. Next, ensure you're within the proper range. Stay between 10 to 20 feet from the fan and point the remote directly at it. When you press buttons, look for a red indicator light on the remote to confirm it's sending a signal. If the remote still doesn't work, check the dip switches. These small switches must match between the remote and receiver. Turn off power, locate the switches on both devices, set them to the same position, then restore power and test. Some remotes require programming or pairing. Look for a Learn button, usually in the battery compartment. Turn the fan power off, then on. Press the Learn button within 30 seconds, then test all functions. If troubleshooting fails, you may need a replacement. Universal remotes work with many brands, but ensure frequency compatibility. You might also need to replace the receiver. Keep your original remote for reference when shopping for replacements. Remember these important safety considerations. Always turn off power at the circuit breaker when working on electrical components. Before using any remote, set the fan to high speed and light to the on position using pull chains. Regularly check and tighten loose screws, and consider a bond hub for modern smart device control. Following these troubleshooting steps systematically will help you resolve most remote control issues safely and effectively.